Hi, Nelly. Hi, Stream. Nelly, come on up. Oh! Nelly, say hi to the internet. You a good kitty? Your best kitty. Absolute best kitty. Right there. Hello. My name is Adam. I'm coming to you from beautiful Victoria, BC. We're having a snowstorm today, which is extremely weird. I don't think any of the snow is sticking, but there's snow in the air. That, despite Canada's reputation that never happens in Victoria, we have an unusually moderate climate. Our summers are pleasantly cool. Our winters are pleasantly warm. Just very, very gray. Today it's gray and cold and snowing. Coldish. It's about freezing. So my family and friends who live elsewhere in Canada are like, quit complaining. It's like -20 here, and here it's just freezing. As in 0 degrees Celsius, freezing. So cool. I'm gonna start work doing some Game Boy game development as soon as I'm done petting my cat. So it's gonna be a little while probably. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, you might want to skip ahead a little bit, or not, in case you like watching me pet a cat's butt. I don't know. So yeah, what did we do yesterday? Yesterday, I think we got the title screen working. I believe that was the big thing that I did yesterday. Let me pull up my Git history and take a look. Git log. CD log. Okay, so the camera doesn't really capture this well, but she just like draped herself over my arm. It's phenomenal. Yeah. Yesterday we got the title screen working. After the stream, I messed around a little bit in Paint and fixed the colors. And right now the title screen is just like programmer's art title screen. It just shows some text. One day I'll have like a logo or something like that, and we'll use that. But text is fine. So now what's a good thing to do? Let's go look at our to-do. I think a game over screen would be a great thing to do because we can leverage a lot of what we did for the title screen. And we even, game over screens don't necessarily need to be fancy. Some games have like really cool, intense game over screens. I don't think Bust Free is going to be one of them. I think it's just going to be a plain text screen that says game over. So let's just go ahead and do that, and then we can just like knock that right off. It should be straightforward. In fact, it should be so straightforward. I'm gonna actually copy title screen into gameover.asm, and we're gonna just use that as the basis for our game over. So we obviously don't want to duplicate this character map. Definitely not. So let me pull up RGB DS. There's a way to store a character map, which is what we're going to do. Yeah, you can create a new character map, and then you can load it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to create I suspect that's not done by the linker. I think so. I think this is going to be an include file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do here documented super well, so hopefully I can figure out how all this works. We'll call it new character map. We're going to call this font or something, I guess. It's not clear whether new character map actually also sets it to be this character map. Well, since I don't know, and I don't want to spend a bunch of time trying to figure this out, we're going to do this. I'm going to call this font.ink. Just in case, I don't know if this is required or not, or if this sort of does it implicitly, but whatever. So what this is going to do, I think, is we're going to create a character map, which is going to associate these letters with these tiles. I'm then going to go over into titlescreen.asm, and I can get rid of all this, and hopefully I can just do set character map font, then include font.ink. And that'll do the right thing, and then I'll be able to reuse this for game over. So let me see if this works okay. It certainly builds. Let me load the ROM up. And we got our screens. Okay, so that looks good. So I'm going to save that as a separate change, as a separate commit. So I can't delete that from my to-do yet, but I can save that. And then I just need to add font.ink. Find character map outside of title screen. Cool. So next I'm going to head over to gameover.asm. I'm going to get font.ink. I'm just going to do something very, very similar. Let's not use column selection mode. And I'm going to get that character map. And we don't have this text. It's going to say game over. And it's game over text. RIP. What is going on? No. I feel like my mouse is acting kind of weird. I don't quite fully understand because I just put a new battery in like the other day, so maybe it's dying. Anyways, we're going to call this game over text. Draw game over. Super, super similar. We only need one draw loop because we only have one piece of text. So I can delete all of this. And yeah, we're gonna have to put it at a different location on the screen probably, but I'll fix that later. Once I can like load this up in the debugger and take a look at where I want to position it in VRAM instead of just guessing. We're actually going to use the same graphics, so this I should move elsewhere as well. I'm going to like call it like text screen graphics. So let me do that right now. Nelly. Or even just font graphics. Let's call it font graphics. I'm going to call this, put this in font.asm. And similar to before, well, I'm just going to, let me hand the camera up now. Again, I don't know if my face is better than what you were previously looking at, but I feel a little more comfortable with the camera point there, I guess. Oh, maybe I should start an OnlyFans instead of a Twitch channel. So yeah, we're gonna call this, and I'll just rename this to load font. And I'll make that public. So now instead of saying load graphics, I'll call this load font. Add that to make.bat. Builds. No, it doesn't build. Oh, right, of course. Move title screen.gfx. Sorry. I will git move title screen.gfx to font.gfx. Try to build again. Unknown symbol load font, right? Because I didn't. Oof, we're getting to that point where I'm going to need to start doing something fancier for the make file. Do I have? Don't have that. So I'm going to add a couple things to the make file. I mean to the to-do file. Better make file. I'm going to add. The other thing is I want to use each blank to stop drawing sprites over status bar. Both important. Split. No. Yes. Git commit to do. Oh no. Shoot. 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 Really didn't mean to. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna. I don't want to spend too much time messing around with Git, so I will, instead of having that as a separate commit, that's just going to be part of my font commit. This isn't a professional project. This is for fun. Sometimes I'm going to mess up. It is what it is. Move font into a separate file. Okay. Alright, I was back on gameover.asm. I want to get rid of the title screen graphics here. This is going to be called game over. We're going to call this start game over. Just going to work in a very, very similar fashion, but slightly different. Similar, but different. What are we going to do? We are going to we're just going to idle for, I don't know, 5 seconds, and then immediately jump back to the title screen. So I'm not going to update the input. I'm not going to wait for the start key. I'm instead going to have some sort of timer. Yeah. Let's see. At 60 frames a second, 1, 2. I'm just going to, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Start game over. So what we're going to do, draw game over. What we're going to do is clear egg, and we're going to put that into game over timer. We're going to put 0 into game over timer. And then all we're going to do is we're going to decrement it. And then if it's not 0 when we decrement it, we're just going to keep going. So it's going to start at 0, and then the first time through, we're going to decrement, and it's going to be FF. So it's not going to be 0. And this is going to repeat 256 times, and then it'll be 0 again, and then we will go through, and we will jump back to the title screen. So, the only other thing that we need to do now is we need to fix what we do on the game over in the event of a game over. Right now we're still doing all this stuff in ball. I really need to find a better place for it, but it is what it is. So I'm not sure if there's a better place for this in particular. This is like we're moving the ball around. Maybe some of it could be better. Like this probably doesn't belong here. Did I put that into game actually? Did I? I did. Awesome. That's actually really good. So here, turn off screen, clear VRAM, start game over. I think that should be it. Let's go into the make file, add game over to the make file. Start game over is an unknown symbol, right? Because I need to also add the object file. Yeah, it's gonna be time. I'm gonna do some research tonight. Just unknown symbol load GFX, right? Because that's not what it's called. It's called load font. Not compiled. I'm gonna do some research tonight on writing batch files because it's just been so long since I've written a DOS batch file. Is make installed here? No, make's not installed here. And I don't feel like getting a Unix environment set up. So I'm just going to use the batch file. Bust free, press start, and we're going to play. And oh no, I lost terribly. Oh no, game over, perfect. The only other thing is I want to position that maybe G-A-M-E space O-V-E-R. Okay. Probably there, 9905. Should be better. But let me just see. I sit here for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And this is going on a lot longer than I wanted it to. Is this working? We're doing the right thing. Yeah, there we go. It brought me back to the title screen. It's a little slow. 60, 120. Should be about 4 seconds. I don't know why it felt so long. I guess I'm just really impatient. Let me reload the ROM and just make sure my new placement was something that I liked. I'm trying to get a game over here. Jeez. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Cool. Yeah, okay, that wasn't bad at all. That felt really good. I might try moving this over one time more. I hate to be so fussy, but it felt a little bit to the left for my face. Come on, game over, happen quick. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. We got it. Got it. Perfect looking game over screen. That is our game over screen. That's going into final, baby. That's finished. Cool. Next, I was thinking, there's a couple of things I want to do. So this is probably part of balancing the game. I want to increase the speed of the ball on contact. So I'm actually going to tweak the ball a little bit so that it starts off a bit slower than it currently is. Where do we initialize that? Nip ball. I'm gonna set it to something like 0.8, like roughly half of what it is right now. Oh, good Lord. I'm going to have to bring out my programmer's calculator for this. Bring out the calculator. Oof. So I can actually... this is a word. It is 180. And I'm just going to shift it right by 1 to have it. And now it's 90. So now instead of FE008, it's a lot easier. It's going to be FF. Just have to invert the bits of 90, bitwise not. Okay, maybe I can just punch in 9 minus 0 minus 90. This calculator, man, what? It only sort of supports negative numbers? Ridiculous. Plus 1. Okay, there we go. 1010, which is 2 plus, which is 10, so it's going to be A6, I believe. Yeah, FFA. Why didn't I just look up there? Yeah, it's FFA6. Embarrassing. So I'm going to start the ball off a little bit slower. That's a good starting speed for the ball. Definitely don't want it any slower than that. Even that's a little on the slow side, but I'm going to go with that. Maybe I'll bump it a little bit. Maybe I'll just use 1. Ugh. Okay, so in that case, I just prefer to use not plus 1 FF00. Okay. Oh yeah, and let's absorb that as well. Okay. Hopefully that'll feel a little bit better. This just felt a little bit too slow. Like I know you're just getting started. So that feels way too fast. Oh, I've definitely screwed something up there. Oh no. Oh yeah. Whoops. I don't think I want FF. That is what this says. Oh, what am I doing? Of course. No. That's what I got, isn't it? What do I have here? Go to ball velocity y. Oh, somehow that's happening, which is not what I want. Go to ball velocity y. Yeah, that's obviously not right. Because what is that? That's FF00. No, that feels like it should be right to me, and yet somehow it's completely not. Somehow it's just completely wrong. What did I have before? I'm sorry, my brain is just completely. FE00. I'm sorry, I had FE80. And what I want to do is I want to punch in -100, and then I want FF9C. That's what I want. There we go. Oh wait, no, I don't want -100. I want -256, which is FF00. Is there something wrong with my physics calculation? Oh God. Um. Yeah, either there's something wrong with my physics calculation, or there's just something terribly wrong with my brain right now. It wouldn't surprise me if there's something wrong with my physics calculation, but okay. I'm gonna go back to just what it was before. Wait, why am I doing that? This is weird. Completely weird. Oh yeah, no, yeah, right, because I want it to go up. Wow, I clearly did not get enough sleep last night. That's all I can say. Okay. So that's good, but it's just way too fast on the up axis. Game over. And so if I add 80 to this, it should be 0, 0, and this should be FF. And I should build, and I should reload, and instead it's doing that. It's just doing something completely crazy, which is not at all what I want. Man, there's gotta be, let me look at my ball velocity, the code where I do my ball velocity code. Update ball Y, we apply velocity, ball velocity. What is this function called? Update ball Y. Go to update ball Y, set a breakpoint, let me reload. Let me reload. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, here we go. So I get the ball velocity Y. I put it into BC. It's FF00. That's correct. I get the ball Y position and I put it into HL. So right now it is at 7800. I do the add. That's correct. That's right. So this part of it seems to be right. Like, that's all fine. So let me turn that breakpoint off. And let's go to my check. Is it check top collide? Yeah. Because that's where things are getting really crazy. Right? I'm going to put it here because that's where it thinks we've got a collision. I actually think that that's just too fast anyways. I do want to slow it down. But so we're going to get the ball velocity. We flip it. Oh, is my reflect code wrong? That felt really wrong to me. Oh, yeah. I'm just negating the top byte. Oh, that doesn't surprise me that it's totally busted. My reflect code is wrong. I'm surprised it worked as well as it did this whole time. Yeah, this is, actually, no, this isn't wrong. So if I go to ball velocity, never mind, this is totally fine. Get the ball velocity, so 0, it's FF00, it's minus 100. I negate it, and I write that in, and then okay, load, yeah, okay. Wait. Oh, if only I could have just let me do this again. With my brain in the right place. So I'm gonna get the ball velocity, Y. I'm gonna load it. It's 0 because that's the low byte. I flip it, I add 1 to it. It's 0, right, and that's what I want. And then I get the, oh, okay, no, this is fine. We write it in, and then I'm gonna get the high byte, and then I flip it. Oh, I'm not accounting for this carry. That's what's wrong. There we go. So if that increment caused a carry, I need to, oh, and I need to figure out how to do this, make a label. I might just do this, which is a thing you can do. I think that might be slightly slower, but this probably might be better here. I think it might be faster or smaller, which is good in the macro. So I need to account for the carry if this increment caused a carry. That's what's going wrong. But the question is, do I need to do that before or after I do the complement? Because what did this end up as? This ended up as 0, 0, and I wanted to end up as 1. Oh dear, okay. And if I did the complement before, what would have happened? It would have been FF. I would have added 1 to it. And I would have become 0, and then I would have done the complement and would have gone back to FF. So what do I actually want to subtract with carry? And does that? Yeah, I think I want to sub C here. Fingers crossed that this works. Jeez. Very weird. Oh, yeah, no, not here. Okay, let's see how well this works. So we do the same thing. We end up with 0 in the bottom byte, which is what we want. We're going to get FF. We're going to subtract with carry. We flip it. And that's what we want. Okay, and let's see if this works okay. It works not quite okay, because it seems like we're gaining incredible speed on every reflection, which is kind of what I wanted to do, but it's not what I wanted to do yet. Ugh, jeez. Man, oh man. Do I want to do it with carry? Is that the problem? Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. Right? The increment instruction doesn't set carry, does it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, increment doesn't set carry, so we're just gaining. So, okay, so I don't want to do it this way. What I want to do. Whew. Does complement set any flags? Complement doesn't set any flags. It doesn't help. I guess it makes it a little bit clearer, but it doesn't help. Okay. And we need to do a thing to get the macro label. I think it's slash at or something. Yeah, slash at is a unique string. Complement. Build, that builds. Lord, please let this work. Yeah, that feels correct. There we go. That is what I wanted. Boom. Okay. I do want to save those changes, so let's go over here. Not those changes, just these changes. Fix reflection physics. Oh, and I gotta. These are going to be 1 pixel and minus 1 pixel. Did I save? I didn't save. Problem. Slightly slower starting speed. However, here's what I'm going to do. It's actually really funny. I could just put this in the reflect code. Huh. basically do what I was doing without this. I just need to check for a max. That's very silly. Yeah, that's silly. I'm not gonna do it like that. I mean, probably should put it in the reflect code here. I should have some kind of logic for what is the maximum possible. Well, no, I'm gonna do it separately. That's the right thing to do. Speed up. I'm gonna do this as a macro as well for consistency. I'm just gonna, write it as though I'm focused on just the ball velocity x, and then I'm going to generalize it. I would say a good max speed is probably about 2.5 pixels per frame. So I'm going to check to make sure that we're not already there. And if we're not, speed up. And to speed up, all I'm going to do is I'm going to load A with the speed up constant. I'm going to just speed up by 16 subpixels per frame. I'm going to add that to L. just write that back to ball velocity. Probably not. Probably the right thing to do is... Okay, I'm not even going to bother writing it back to L. Ball velocity x a. Ooh, actually, maybe I can make it a little bit. Maybe I can make it a little bit faster. Let's put this to do here. Let's see how well this works. Yeah, so we get the low bit, or the low byte, we add 16 to it, we write it back. If there was, yeah, okay, there we go. If there was a carry, we don't touch it. Or if there was a carry, we increment the high byte. Perfect, beautiful, and that's all we need to do to speed it up. So the other thing we need to do is we need to, we need to check first to make sure we're not already at max. So to do that, probably going to use velocity x. We want to start at the top. If we are less than 2, then we're ready to go. Call that. So if we're less than 2, then there will be a carry. So if we're less than 2, we're going to go down to C, which is going to be here. And we're just going to reload the HL with the velocity that we're using. And what's next? Next, we're going to, then we have to get HL, and we're going to compare it to, I don't want it to be higher than 80, so, whoops, that should be that. What am I doing with these labels? My God. And if we're less than 80, or sorry, if we are more, if we are 79, then we're okay. So if there's a carry, we're good. If there's no carry, I want to jump over to NC, and we're done. I think that's right. A lot of... It's unfortunate. This is going to generate a lot of code because I'm using these macros, but I feel like if you're going to abuse macros and generate a lot of code, physics is the place to do it, because physics is nasty on the Game Boy. And yeah, physics. And it's also very performance sensitive. So let's see how well this works. Not well. Where did I screw my macros up? Let's go 69. Nice. Ah, because I forgot that there. Builds, that builds. Let's see if it works. Doesn't really feel like it's getting an awful lot faster. Let me go find my ball velocity. My ball velocity pi. It really does not feel like it is getting faster. I think I've screwed something up, and my check is... Okay, well, let me get rid of this check. Oh, that's at least one reason why. I want to do /1 instead of that. Let me get rid of this comment, which is no longer accurate. Is there a comment selection? There's not. At least not toggle line comment. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let me see if it gets faster if I do this. Then I can figure out if the problem is that I've got those conditionals or if the problem is somehow in my math. It actually feels like it's getting slower. Oh, I know what's happening. I'm just trying to add every time, which doesn't make any sense because sometimes it's negative and sometimes it's positive. And it's probably coming pretty close to balancing out. Like I want to increase it in the direction that it's already going, rather than that's funny. That's really funny. I want to increase it by the direction that it's already going, rather than... And this also applies to the bounds. Like I'm only checking the bounds in the positive direction, not in the negative direction. Oh, jeez. Like if we were programming in C or something like that, you know, in a real high-level language, I could be like velocity equals... Well, I could use floating point numbers, and I could be like that to speed it up. But I can't do that. The only way I can multiply is by 2 powers of 2, and that's too imprecise, because I don't want it to go 1, 2, 4, just go way too fast, way too quickly. So really what I want to do is I want to get the do some like tricky bitwise math. I want to get the top bit. It's going to tell me whether it's positive or negative. So that's easy. I can get the sign of the velocity. Is it called SGN? There's like a name for that function. But I'll call it sign. And then I'm going to rotate it to get it into the top bit, possibly. Okay, so if this is 1, I want to add 1, and I'm done. No, sorry. If it's 0, I want to add 1. If it's 1, I want to subtract 1. If it's 0, I want to add 1. Let me write that down. I'm sure I can synthesize this somehow using bitwise operations. I really would rather avoid branching. God, especially if I'm using a macro. Whew. I already have too many branches in there as is. And that's not even accounting for this. Yeesh. So how do I get from 1 to -1? Like in my case, -1 is actually, let's go decimal into hex. It's actually all F's. So I want to, in this case, take it, subtract, and invert. What happens if I took 0, subtracted 1, and inverted? I would get if I took 0 and subtracted 1 and inverted, I would just get 0 again. If I took 1, take 1 and subtract 1, right, of course. Maybe it's not possible to do this in a nice bitwise fashion. Oh, that sucks. Well, left collide and right collide, I can just speed up in a fixed way, right? Stage collide X might be harder. Yeah, stage collide, we're kind of counting on reflect doing the right thing. I might need to give up the macro approach for this, because this might just have like too much logic. Much as it pains me to say that. The other ridiculous thing that I could do is use a lookup table. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to be right back. I'm gonna go cogitate on this for a moment. Be right back. All right, I've cogitated, and by cogitated I mean got some water, and I think I have a solution. My solution is there's no reason why we need to do +1 and -1 for this speed up. So let me close that, move that back to the right, pull this up again. What if instead of this, we had something like +1 and -2? Which I believe we can get. We can, in particular this. What do we do here? Well, we flip all the bits, so we get FFFE, and then we subtract 1 again. And that will get us to -2 equals FFFE equals -2. If we do the same thing, if we flip all the bits of 0, then we're going to get FFFF. Oh no, I did this wrong. I was doing this in my head, and I thought I had a good solution that would work, but I think I must have screwed it up somehow. What if we... What was I thinking? Oh, maybe if I subtract 1, or subtract 2, and then flip all the bits. Let's try that. Minus 2 equals... This might not work, though, because this is... No, this should be fine. Equals minus 1. No, this isn't. Ugh, I thought I had it because I went to the kitchen to get water, and the idea came to me, but I must have just screwed the math up in my head. How unfortunate. Okay. Bummer. Bummer. See, I can do this on the left, I can do this on the right, but if I want to reuse the code for check stage collide, not only would I need to rewrite it each time, check stage collide X, like, this assumes I can just reflect, and I'd like to have similar sort of logic. A similar sort of ability to just say, speed up, and it'll speed up in the direction that it's going. Is there anything else I can do? My gosh. Could I somehow... Anything I can think of is going to just be too slow and unpleasant on the Game Boy hardware. Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, I'm trying to think of some sort of like wild and crazy kind of there's a web page which is like bit manipulation. None of this. There's this really great website which has a huge list of bit manipulation checks. None of these are what I want to do. These are all very easy. Bit twiddling hacks might have been. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Here we go. Bit twiddling hacks. Compute the sign of an integer. V shifted right by... I mean, this is just going to be much too slow, unfortunately. like right here, this is a multiplication by 7. Forget it. Forget it. Absolutely not. Hmm. So what if I do it in 2 phases? What if I try to add it? This could work. So here's what I'm thinking I do. I isolate the top bit. So it's 0. I flip it. I then rotate it around at it. Hell, I don't even need to. I don't. Yeah, this could work. Okay, it's a little wild and crazy, but this could work. So I'm gonna. We want the top bit of the whole 16-bit number. So that comes there. I'm gonna get it and move the pointer back to the number that I want to change initially. I'm going to. Sorry. So first we're going to try moving. We're going to move it to the left. We're going to do a multiplication. Or can we do this? Is this going to work? I don't know if this is going to work. So if this is 0, this might not work. I might have had just a crazy ill thought through plan. But I feel somehow that I can add -1 to it. This is probably not. I can like right. So if this is 0, is there an instruction for flipping an individual bit, or do I have to just XOR it myself? Yeah, I'll just XOR it. So I'm going to XOR. So this will flip the top bit. Let me clear it out. Everything else out as well. So this clears everything else out except for the top bit, and then this flips it. So if this was 0, it's now 100. And if it was 1, we're now at 0. And now we're safe to add that. And then I just do kind of the same thing in reverse. What do I do here? This might be tricky. So here we're gonna go see if it's set. What happens? What do I want to do? So this adds. Zero. And then here we want to write some code adds, or sorry, if positive, here we want to add minus 16. Decimal. I'm almost certain I can get this working. Oh, so actually, yeah. So clear everything except for the top bit. And then what? I can do like a sign extension trick here. Right? So right now this is da, 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 da. So I want F0. So F0 plus, right, F0 plus 10 is 0. And I think this is the trick. We just need to subtract 0 from, yeah, 0 minus A equals what we want to add. That'll do it. So annoyingly, right, so we actually just want minus A. So that just means we take, yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah, that's all we do. We can complement ink A. There we go. And then add that to HL. Bam! Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. And we'll need to make a number of changes here. Like we'll need to then load that computation back into HL. And we also need to, well, did we wrap? Yeah, we need to do that. And we need to make this unique string. Oh, woof. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewrite that anyways. So let's just keep going. And then what happens here? When do we not wrap when we do this addition? I think it's vaguely, it's the opposite. Like we should always carry. If we ever don't carry, then something went wrong, right? Like not something went wrong, but like, say we're at like minus 15. Decimal minus 15 is F. Oh, let's switch over to bytes as well. Is F1. Minus 15, minus 10. Yeah. No, I want bytes. Give me bytes. So there was a wrap there. Now, where would there not be a wrap? Well, if we're at like minus 254, no, oh, sorry, minus 126, and we subtract 10, minus 126, which is going to be 82, and we subtract 10, and we're at 78. Oh no, this is that thing where we don't have, the Game Boy CPU flags are really bad for signed math. Now we're at 100. Yeah, right now we're at 120. Oh no, okay, so yeah, we can. Is this right? This feels weird to me. I'm a little concerned. Let's just try this though. If there's carry, then we're done. Side math on the Game Boy makes me go crazy. I hate it so much. When you start dealing with these conditionals. Because, man, my brain just feels totally fried right now. It's been a real nightmare stream. I should have seen this coming. Minus or slash 1. Let's see how well this works. This horrible mess. Non-local labels without a colon are deprecated. Where am I looking at? Line 60. Oh, I'm looking at this stuff here, which I obviously need to delete. No wonder that was a syntax error. Oops, did not mean to do that. C/ins. There we go. Let's see how well this works. It's not great. It's not working great, my dudes. Not working great. Let me go find some of this code. Check rate collide. There's the ret C. Here is that. I believe this is what we're looking for. Reset. Run. Press start. So we've collided. We're going to get the x velocity, which right now is FF, because we've reflected at the top bit, which makes sense. We're going to get that into A. We turn that into 80. We flip it. Is that right? Yes, so we're going left. So we don't want to add 10. No carry. Okay, we're going to do this again. That seems wrong to me. Why did we just get the wrong? Why is that wrong? Oh. What? No. That's what's wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, I see. I see what happened. So, oh yeah, okay. No, that is right. I take it back. That is right. Ignore me. Ignore me. It's right. We're gonna get that. We're gonna and it. We negate it and all that. So it is negative. Clearly my math was completely wrong there. That's what's wrong. I did this wrongly. Shoot. There's no good way to go from to rotate. Oh God. So right now we're 80 if negative, otherwise 0. So I want to turn it from 80 into 10, and then I add it. That's why it was going so fast. So the easiest way to do this is to swap A and then do that. That's the easiest thing to do here, and that should work. And that's 8 cycles. There might be a nicer way to do it, but I think this will work. Oh, and this is probably broken for a similar reason. Yeah. Let's try that. I feel like that is what I need to do. Reload ROM, run, no break. It's having the opposite of the intended effect. Which is, you know, almost there. Right now we're 8 positive, negative. That feels right to me right there. So let's look at this one and make sure that this all holds. Right now we're 80 if negative, otherwise 0. Yep. So right now we're okay. Yeah, this all feels good to me. It's gotta be this. Well, let's see. What happens if I comment all this out? So this should still build. This should just get faster and faster and faster. Sorry, run, reload. I said run. Should not slow down. It should get faster and faster and faster. And that seems to be what's happening. So the bug definitely is in here. And I would wager it has something to do with this. This logic here. I might want to be doing this. Even though that seems a little crazy, I might want to do that. This seems a little nuts. I don't have the energy. I've been going for nearly 90 minutes. I don't have the energy to think about it. So I'm going to see if it works. It does not work very well. The next thing I wanted to try was this, which is also a little crazy, but I also feel like it might work. Oof, that does not work. Oh, what's going wrong here? Well, every day can't be a success. I think I'm going to need to take a break for today because, and maybe work on this a little bit overnight because, I mean, I already can see one thing that I'm doing, which is dumb, which is I'm only speeding up on the x direction when you collide with the x. That's not actually what we want. I want to speed up on both. Which was actually going to be a good argument for, well, I might maybe keep this, but rename it to like speed up M, or rename it something else. Speed up. And this is going to speed up M by velocity x. Okay, and then I'm going to call speed up. Let me do that. I don't think this is going to work. Please don't misunderstand. But I do think that it might make what's going wrong a little more obvious. Check paddle collide, check stage collide. $159. Just immediately grinds to a halt. That's interesting. And then it, wow, it's so bizarre. Oh, it's really something. I love this. Let me reset. Let me take one stab at jumping through the, like working through the math here and see what happens. See where I'm going wrong. Okay, so we've reflected, right? So -1 is what we want here, basically. So we are 80 if negative, yeah. This is wrong. Right now we're 0, 0 positive. 80 if negative. Oh, wait. Let me update these comments so that they're actually correct. Let me see how well this works. Yes, we are. Oh no, sorry. They were right the first time. My God. Okay. Right, so we add that to HL. What is HL pointing to? HL right now is pointing to the lower order right, which is correct. We're going to write that in. We didn't do any sort of carry, so we're good. Now we're going up. And sorry, no. This is now this stuff here, where we want to be adding -1. So we're going to get the top bit. Yep. Oh, we've got. Yes, okay. So now we're at F0. So now we're going to add that to the lower order thing, which is correct. Totally awesome. Let me go to, this is ball velocity x. What is ball velocity x? It is FF00, right, okay. This is minus 256 right now. A little weird. I'm kind of surprised that that's what it is. That feels wrong to me. So maybe we got something else going on too? Like, I don't think that's what it should be, right? It was +1 before. Yeah, this is not right. What's going on here? I don't think. Because yeah, it was 1. So now it should be -1. It should be FFFF. So maybe we got still have a bug in reflect. My gosh. Okay. That's actually, let me just fix the reflect bug. Jeez. Well, yeah, let's fix reflect first. So where's a place where we call reflect? I mean, let's search for where we can use speed up. It's because it's always right before speed up. Let's see, can I use pulse speed up? Will it find this? Oh, totally did. Awesome. This is on check left collide. Let's do it in check right collide and reset and start over. So free. Here we go. So we get ball velocity x. The lower order bit of it is 0, which is good. We flip it. No, the lower order bit of it should not be 0. What am I doing? What am I saying? What am I thinking? The lower order bit of it should be 1. Oh no, it should be 0. Right, because it's +2. Everything is fine with reflect. God damn it. It is +256. There we go. Let's go back here. So now it's -256, which makes perfect sense. So now we're F0. And I want to add that to Yeah, so now I want to be FFF0. What is that going to be? That's going to be minus 16. Right, so we have slowed down. Or not, we haven't slowed down. I shouldn't say. We've moved to further to the left, so we're going to speed up to the left. Okay, and so I do want to do this if we carry. I do want to do the jump when we carry. So I'm going to try rebuilding with that change. Run, reload ROM. Run no break. See if this works better. Sure doesn't. It sometimes does, but not there at all. So I'm going to hit reset, and this time we will break. Okay. I'll step through that once again a little more carefully. Velocity 0, flip it, increment it, load into A. Cool. What's going on there? Oh, that's why. Yeah, there we go. I was looking at the wrong code. Cool. Okay, so F0, we've loaded it. And now, so what do I want it to be actually? It is, right now it's at minus 256. In decimal. Minus 256 in decimal. Minus 256 in decimal. And I want it to be minus gosh, what do I want it to be? What do I want it to be? This is the other thing. I don't want it to be, yeah, I want it to be minus 16. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. No, not minus 16. 16, 32, 64. I want it to be minus 128. So I want to end up as FE80. So I'm clearly doing some stuff wrong here already. What am I doing wrong? Oh, well, minus 10 is so slow. Is that really what I want it to be doing at minus 10 or plus 10? Well, let's focus on trying to get it to work. So minus, it's not. I want it to be doing, okay, cool. That's at least one problem. But let's see if we can get this to work. Minus 16 is 272. So F0 is what we wanted there. And now HL point is pointing to CO85. Velocity X. CO85 is FF. And yeah, so I want to decrement this, not increment it here. So that should do something closer to the right thing, even though it's making way too small of a difference. Let's see, did that fix things? Reload ROM, run no break. Sure didn't. Let me try that one more time though, because I feel like, yeah. So now it's on the left that there's some kind of a bug. So I'm gonna run, reset, run, and this time there will be the breakpoint. I'm gonna let it run again, and this time I'm gonna watch it. Okay, so our ball velocity here now is 0.1 F0. Okay, that seems fine. Okay, and HL is pointed to the right thing. It's pointed to it's pointed to ball velocity X. This we're gonna add to it. We're gonna load it in. It's pretty rough. Normally it's not this bad. I'm just trying to do math, and the Game Boy is so bad at math. So it gets nasty. It's really good at like moving I mean, good for an 8-bit system, but it is bad for moving it's bad for math. Yeah, assembly can be pretty tough. I don't know, but in some ways it's a lot simpler. Like, I've never had the misfortune of doing a Java job, but my understanding is that in the world of Java, you have to deal with lots of like factory builder factories and stuff like that, and it just gets a lot more elaborate. Yeah, Java's not my favorite either. So what do we have here? Yeah, no carry. So that should be fine. That should speed it up just fine. And so I'm hoping in this case we're going to just end up with 0. Yeah, we had 0 to HL. Oh, that's the problem. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm doing something wrong with the flags here. This is the eternal struggle. Because it does the right thing. This does the right thing in the 80 case, but it doesn't do the right thing in the 0 case. I did know that, yeah. Although it was written in, you know, x86 assembly. Like, different assembly languages. not to diminish the work that what was his name? Chris something did on Roller Coaster Tycoon. Not to diminish his work, but x86 assembly language is way nicer than this. Like, there's just a multiply instruction. You can just multiply. You can't do that here. This is doing the right thing in the 80 case. Or the F0 case. Oh, that's what I got to do. Got it. The problem is I'm doing a 16-bit addition without realizing it. There we go. That's what's happening. That is what is happening. I'm doing a 16-bit addition. I don't realize it, screwing everything up. Cool. Cool. Oh, God, this sucks. I mean, I'm already doing a bunch of jumps and shit. Like, why don't I just just do a jump and get out of this? So if I'm 0, just go on to this. And if I've done this, then I know I'm done. So I'm just going to go there. So I don't need to do any of this. I can just load A with F0. Yeah, I don't need to do any of this. I can just I think that'll work. It's a little wild and crazy, but I think that's gonna work. Oh, and I can actually get rid of this too. So I'm just gonna call this done because I'm using it for a couple of different things. I think this is gonna work. It's maybe a little not great. Of course, this is like the 80th time I've said, I think this is going to work, and it never does. So it's freaking working. It worked. I told you it was gonna work. Ugh. Terrible. Jeez, that was so bad. And then, like, I probably don't even need to do most of this. I can, like, oh, this is not right though. This is I want to, yeah, it's not right. So it couldn't be right. So it wasn't working. Oops. I mean that there we go. That's working. That's success. And then like why bother doing this math? Like it's not actually necessarily clear to me that it's working because I could be getting like my physics totally wrong. Like it's not clear that it's actually doing exactly what I want it to do. So why don't I just forget all this? Yeah, this was wild and crazy and dumb. So why don't I say bit 7a, and if it's not 0, then we're negative. And then if it is, that's what I want to do. Or no. Let's try doing that. Let's try doing that. That seems like a good number to add or subtract. Sorry. That's minus 16. Right. Let's keep this consistent anyways. Or we can actually just do this. I think this should work. I hope this syntax is accepted. Add 20, add, or sorry, load HMIA, done. Otherwise, heck, I don't even need to do this. I know I pointed at the right thing now. Yeah, I wanted to do this in a much nicer fashion, and boy, that was a mistake. I'm still not convinced that this is right. I feel like I'm doing something terribly wrong here. But tragic. I mean, I know I don't have the speed cap yet. Is it properly resetting speed? I'm not sure if it is when you die. Okay, but this is going to have to be it for today. I'm exhausted. I really broke my brain terribly. So I'm going to add some things to my to-do. To do add speed cap. Double check that ball speed resets on collision. Okay, yeah. Get status, get add-u-p. And I'm gonna commit this, and we're gonna call it a day for now, I think. I get log. I forgot to add. Oh well, whatever. Git commit -m. Totally forgot to commit these files. That's what I get for yes. Actually, why should I exclude those? I might as well add those resources to the repo. Whoops. Okay, cool. Let me just push that. And there we go. Geez, that was a real nightmare of a day. I do think the worst is over, at least on the front of the speed up code. So tomorrow I'm going to do that thing where I double check it and make sure it's doing the right thing. If it's not, I have a pretty good intuition as to what I would be doing wrong there. It's because I'm not really I'm not doing it as a proper 16-bit edition. So it's possible that that's what's screwing things up. So I'm going to double check that. And then we're going to add a speed cap. And then we're going to make sure that the ball resets when you lose a life. And at that point, the game should be pretty playable. And then the next thing I want to do after that is I want to add English. I want it to be where if the ball hits the paddle while it's moving, the force of the paddle's motion gets transferred to the ball a little bit, because that'll just make the game feel a little more interactive and add a new element of skill to it. So those are the next big things that I want to do. I'm hoping that if I look at my to-do, Alpha 2. I want to try to release a new alpha every Monday. Like that, I want that to be kind of my dev cycle. And let's focus on one, two, three, four. Yeah. These four things are what I'm gunning to get into Alpha 2. Because at that point it's going to start being I mean, it was kind of a game before, but it's going to start being a game of like actual skill soon, which is very exciting. So that's what I'm going to try to get done over the course of the Thursday and Friday. Fingers crossed. I think that's doable. And Monday, I guess. Yeah. Sorry. I've gone on for way too long. I am wiped. Trying to do math on this stupid platform always messes me up. Every time. So this next week is going to be kind of tough because the next couple of days, because these are all kind of mathy things. The rest of this, not mathy at all. So it should be a little bit easier, a little bit more pleasant. Cool. All right. CyberMentee, thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time to just do all the things that I said I was going to do. For now, take it easy. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.